Hollywood North Radio. So it's about that time for our first guest of the show. He goes by the name of Yared Gebrekidan. Gebrekidan. There we go. See? Gebrekidan. See, you see me? Man, I almost had it. Gebrekidan. When you were going, like, welcome to the show, first of all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You know? Welcome. Yared Gebrekidan. When you're growing up, though,
Yeah.
how many teachers screwed up your last name?
A lot, man. I mean, the last name come from Africa. That's like where my background is, right? Like, so that name is like, I would say like the kings and queens. When you come from Africa, people hear you when you give them your name, they pronounce it a little bit wrong. I mean, hey, it's just the way. It's okay. That's fine. But I'm really proud of that name, by the way. I like my name really different and unique. So, yeah, it's been. When I work in the film industry, a lot of people call me. How do I say it? Just call me GK. Just like that. But Yared is okay. It's been good. It's been great, and I love it. And some people try to call me Jared. No, keep it on Yared. It's like and then red, the color red. So that way I have. Yeah, but yeah.
Could be a question. Yared?
You got it.
Yo, Doc. Yared? Yared out, Doc?
Red. Yeah, you got it.
But yeah, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Come on, dog. You know I got you.
All right. Okay.
Is that a long charge recording? Yeah, I just wanted to. I finally got you onto the show.
Wow. I know.
Finally.
We've been, hey,
finally.
Okay, when? But today it's happening. It's actually happening.
100%.
I'm this is good. So I got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so I want to get into that because, I mean, you are a director, writer, producer, and you write a lot because you always send me scripts.
Oh,
and I'm like,
gosh.
damn, like,
oh my
I
gosh.
feel like I'm slipping.
Like
I feel like, damn, like, God.
You know, I think I love writing, and this is like something that when I'm not like working on set, I just go and sit and think about some story, and just writing is easiest for me. It's more natural for me, and it's easy to write anything you want as long as you got the talent and everything, right?
Yep.
So I mean, I went to film school, studied and everything, and in the school they teach you, the basic thing, but after that it's all you. Like, you gotta work hard to study, focus, and and then it's just start doing your own thing. And I love writing.
I really enjoy writing myself. Like to be honest with you, I mean you know that because certain people around me know that. But what inspires you to write? Is it just something that
Honestly, I love to direct, so I like writing just to direct it. So basically, what inspired me to write is, I mean, I like story. I like telling a story. I watch movies, a lot of movies, and I see them, and I see how their first act, second act, and third act is always good. And there's some, horrible movies that's been made a lot, and Hollywood is spending $200. No, I'm serious, man.
I agree with you.
Yeah, so my script, when I write something, I just don't go and write anything. I'm not gonna do that, but I write something that inspires me. That something would be like, damn, that's a good story. You should like pitch it, and you should tell people, go on a proper way and pitch it, and try to get investors interested in this story, so they can, help you produce it. So for me, that's the goal. So far, it's not happening because I have plans for that, and it's just all about the strategy. That's what I'm doing right now.
So when you say the strategy, I mean obviously you say this is the plan for me to get to where I want to be. This is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah. For me, strategy, like like Denzel Washington said, to what he said. He said, if you have plans, like if you want to, if you have anything that you want to make it happen, you got to stay disciplined. Dreams without goals, goals without dreams remains dreams. So it's for me like staying disciplined and focus and strategize. Even Mamba, Kobe Bryant, like fuck, rest in peace, man. Yeah. I think for me, like losing Kobe Bryant, I was really big fan of Kobe Bryant. By the way.
Oh hey, I think a lot of people were.
Yeah, for me, that day when I heard, I'm like, no, I thought this is a joke.
So I was at my son's basketball game when it happened. When I heard,
this is a joke. I mean, no, somebody, you know how they sent you a link. Oh, this happened to this person, and you press the link, and then something stupid pops up. I honestly, I thought that's what I thought too. But then I'm like, whoa, this thing is for real, because all over the news tonight, play my this is for real. My tears out. Like honestly, Kobe Bryant is like the legend.
I agree.
The legend, like really, really legend.
20 years in the league, man.
Not just only for basketball. Just for me, let me clear that out. He's not just only a basketball legend. He's a real, true, inspiring person. When it comes to like for people to be successful.
Yeah.
It's not you got to have that mentality, like discipline and did it, attack it, to stay in your own box and try to take out. Stay different. People will look at you as a different person. So,
go live, cuz.
Oh, my library. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyways, man. It's sad. It's a sad day. It's sad for America, even for Canada. We all connect with Kobe Bryant. So rest in peace. And I don't know what to say, man. It's really sad.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's true. I think you're. I don't know what's going on. Are you with me? Are you lagging behind in your live?
Why is that?
I don't know. Yours is lagging behind.
I don't know what's going on.
It's all good.
It's probably the neighborhood here.
Yeah, yo, bro. No, it's the Ghost of Hollywood North Radio, bro. Nah, this dude likes to just show up and just do things on his own, like as if like.
Oh, you know why? I know why. Because sometimes when you go on Wi-Fi here, what it does is
slow down.
I got a problem.
Here, you gotta go. Did you go on the Wi-Fi here?
Do you have a Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Can I go in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it
which one?
M guess?
Oh, there it is. Console. Let's see.
SOM guess.
There you go.
Yeah, and pulled pork. Pulled pork.
Pulled pork.
Yeah, bro.
Is that your favorite food?
Yeah, pulled pork.
There you go. I think I'm just. I hope I'm not gonna slow down your internet.
Oh, you probably will. You probably will.
Really?
We got all kinds of. We got like for real. It's almost like because they closed the restaurant side, but they still have the other side over here, and it's almost like they're like, well, we ain't paying for that. And I don't know why, but I mean, this even with mine, it just gets to the point where it gets funky. It pauses.
I see.
But anyway, let's get back to the fact that you're here. You're live. You're with us. You're doing things. Big things are happening for you.
Yeah.
Not sure why it's doing that, but yeah, you definitely are someone who I've known for a long period of time, who has always been grinding. You're always grinding when it comes down to doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
You're better off on your own data.
I think so.
But I mean, you've sent me scripts like a number of scripts over the years.
Yep.
And then you go out, you shoot your stuff.
Yep.
You're not one of those people who talk about it.
No.
You've done many things, and you've won some. You've been nominated
and won
two awards. Let's
awards.
talk about those awards.
Yes.
Let's talk about the first one that you won, and what was that like to hear that you were nominated at first, and then come out with you were won? Were you there when you won the first one?
Well, I no, honestly, I was on set. I didn't think I. Is that right?
Yeah, and then you just go live. One more time up here.
Go like that.
Yeah, and then one more time up here. Bam. And then you go all the way over to the end. Bam.
Let's see if that's.
But yeah, no, it should work. If you back on your own data, and you ain't messing with no freaking Ghost of Hollywood North. Use Gucci, my
There we
G.
go.
Gucci,
Okay.
Gucci. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to get back to when I got an email from Nathan Nathan Witte, the artist on the music video. Yeah. With that, and I call him Whitey. We just,
Whitey.
You know, he's coming here. Yeah. So he's like, "Yo, man, we crushing it. We just won on Global Music Award, gold medal." I'm like, "No, you joking, right?" Yeah, man, this video is dope because it's not just the video. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I will play it for you when he comes down here. But it's totally different. It's really good. It's totally out of the box. Okay. I like doing things out of the box, not just bling bling. I got money in the bank. Oh, blah blah blah.
That's still good too.
It's good. hey, don't get it's
reality.
It's entertainment. That's entertainment.
Yeah.
This is something meaningful for a lot of us, for colored people, and it's really really great. And people notice that the judge see it, and that's why it's been crashing it. You know what I mean? And then I got another email. From Nathan as well. Hey, yo, man, we won a California Music Video Award again. Here it is.
Nice.
I'm like, he's like, we're crushing it again. I'm like, whoa, okay, this is okay.
For the same one.
The same one.
Oh wow.
Denied.
What's it called?
Denied.
Okay.
Denied. So the image, like what I put in there, like when he said, even like you just like, okay, this is great. Like, we have to do a short film or at least maybe a movie about it. And we start writing a script about it now, based on Denied, based on that winning, because we're gonna use the same character because I have actors in that music video that really amazingly performed. Like they were really really on point. So those judges seen those things. What I'm trying to say, all those ideas that I have with telling a story on motion picture, and. They see it as they're like, okay, you know what, this is great, and that's I keep winning on this thing. I have no idea.
Wow.
I was gonna win with that one.
No doubt.
But you never know. You just gotta stay focused and start doing things out of the box, and you're good. Yeah.
So, did you know from a young age that you wanted to be in film, or was it something that you fell into?
I honestly, I didn't know what I wanted. When I was young, I didn't know, but I kind of figured out what I want when I was like, I don't know, maybe 14, 15, maybe 15, I'd say, and started like, okay, watching a lot of movies, got inspired, maybe started wanted to be actor, and then maybe I may not be a good actor, just check it out. I've done all those parts, but I think my strength is telling a story, writing a script, and then directing. That is my strength. And, yep.
So at that point, I mean, you obviously got into film. You started working in film. Like many of us, you start off in different departments before you get to the department that you really want to be in.
Yeah.
And, do you find it like a lot easier now because you spent so many years in the industry for making connections with people, making these things that you want to do possible because you know other departments and so on and so forth? Because I found it became a lot easier as well. Because when people see your work ethic, they all of a sudden start going like, wait, he's doing what I want to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I want to join the party.
On set, definitely that happens a lot because, I started from the bottom. I've done PA locations, right? You know that.
Yeah.
You work your way up. You study. You understand what's going on set.
Yep.
How did they do it? That's like the first time after I graduated in film school. I just like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to set. What's the easiest way to get in? Or the easiest way to get in is doing locations. So I did location, and I'm like, okay, well, this is how it is, and I did it maybe for a week or a couple of weeks. Now, what I did, I want to do camera, and I see cameras. Cameras very active. They like very okay. I want to do camera because I want to understand the camera.
Right.
And I did camera. I did camera training, and I understand the whole idea. And then I put myself out. Okay, now I've done camera. I'm done. But I want to do camera operating because you train to be second.
Right.
When you do training, you are trained to be second AC.
Yeah.
So when I see that, that's like I'm like, this is not what I want to do. And people do it like for 10 years and all that. That's not.
Yeah.
But I know I'm good. Thank you guys for teaching me all about this, all that stuff. And I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Now I want to do camera operating, because camera operating is pretty he's the show. You operate the show. You're shooting the show.
Yeah.
You are the guy up front on the circle talking to shots like this is how I want to shoot it talking to directors and DP director of photography. They tell you this is how I want to do it, so that way I'm like, wow, I want to be that guy. You know what I mean? I want to do that. I want to do that. This is all a drive for me. So what I did, I asked the camera operators, what should I do to be that? And he's like, go out there, shoot, stop, put together a demo reel, apply. So, because what I thought it was going to be, I thought I was going to work my way up from second, but then you train to be second, not to be a camera operator.
Not to be the guy.
So I
not
noticed
first
that.
Or
I'll be
second.
like, ooh, okay, I get it now. All right, I'm out of here. So I'll see you guys. Thank you. And I did my thing. I came back like a year later and I applied for camera operating. I did not get accepted. But that didn't let me down. And I tried again. They accept me as a EPK camera operator. EPK behind the scene. You know, EPK. Behind the scene. Yeah. It pays well. I love the money. I loved it. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'll settle. I can get used to this thing. I can settle. That's fine. At least, you know, I got a job to do. A start. Yeah, it's a start, you know. And I did that for maybe a couple of years and all that. But then what happened with EPK, it's very slow. It's very slow. Like, it's not like, you know, when you camera operators, you know, sometimes they give you a show call. So you do a show call camera. You shoot. But EPK is like, you probably do once a month. So that's not paying the bill enough.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll stay with it, but then I'll try to find something that maybe keep me going, paying the bills, but at the same time doing my independent world.
Right, of course.
So I applied. The easiest way to get in again, I applied for grip.
So you can be the dolly grip.
I'm wearing all the hats.
So you can do the dolly grip
I
stuff.
could be and I did the grip. Grip is by far the hardest job. In like when it comes to like labor, and I've done that. I've done the grip. Also,
what is grip?
Grip is the guy who actually set up the flags and you know to
bounce the light off this,
to
and
cut the lights and the shadows and all that.
Right. Oh, okay.
So I've done that for a year. I like the money.
Yeah.
And I like the hustle. I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
I like the work. You know. But then I noticed that I see a dolly operator.
Yeah.
The dolly. So one thing that annoys me about grip, I'm real. I don't care for anybody watching right now. The radio is very annoying. Like, you know, the key grip calls out for all kind of. You cannot settle at all. You sit down. Oh, I need a flag, and then everybody gets up. But then someone already beat you with that. So you never settle. You never sit down and settle. So it's not creative. It's more technical. So, but when I notice about dolly is more art. That you shooting, plus technical, but a little bit of art too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're kind of shooting the show as well. So that's actually a way to get to the camera operating. That's like a little
exactly.
bit.
You're learning everything.
Right. So I started doing dolly, and I started loving dolly. I love dolly.
Nice.
Money's good, and you never hear any radio. Radio's out of your way. You communicate with a camera guy, the director, and the shots. Because you have to do all those shots moving. It's very hard too. Very hard. You got to pay attention. I've done that. I've done it for like at least, because I liked it. I've done it for like a year and a half or something. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now, done with.
What's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
What's next?
You're learning a bit of everything though. So
I've done a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you learn.
So in the school, I've done a lot of sound as well, and I like sound. I like getting because I'm a writer. I like getting.
Well, you understand this. You understand the importance of sound now.
Yeah.
Now you understand the importance of like delivery when you're hearing it, because you can hear a delivery in an audition.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing. But then
amazing.
You get them with the other actors and what the other actors giving them, and it's like, bro, you shouldn't be answering it like that. You should be saying it like this.
Yeah.
How you're killing me right now.
You know.
Yeah.
It's funny. Sometimes when we tell the director, you know, as a sound guy, as a sound person, you know, you hear some noises, or if the actor is like saying things in certain ways, we tell the director this is what's happening, so you're okay with that. Sometimes some directors get annoyed. Sometimes some directors, you know what, I get it, because sometimes they will hate you on the day, but love me later, because we're trying to fix things on the day
now.
Before you
have to go back
before
ADR.
you give yourself ADR and all that. So we do the best we can to make sure they get the best sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we do our best all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like when you do sound versus the whole crew, because sound is totally your own department. The other crew, grip, lighting, everything works for the camera. So you know what I mean? Nobody babysits sound. Sound gotta work hard, come up strong, and then deliver.
Yeah.
So It's an
so
everyday
true.
hard, everyday struggle work. And I loved it. I
Your
still love it.
Your boom's in the shot.
You boom the
Okay,
shot.
how am I gonna get this? How am I supposed to get the sound?
Oh my god.
Like, how am I supposed to get this? Like, you guys get like, it's like 9 actors, and you want me to like, how am I supposed to get this? I gotta lay on the ground and try to like.
Camera guy will pick, he'll say, your boom is shot, or where are you gonna be? I mean, it's okay to communicate. I always communicate with the camera guys. Make sure my boom is not a shot. My shadow. The main thing is that your boom shadow is not a shot.
Yeah.
But that helps me. When you do gripping, you understand shadow, shadows, cutting shadows, and all that, right?
Yeah.
That's what you do. So boom is very interesting. You got to be a little bit of strong. You got to hold it pretty good, and then you got to understand camera shots, camera lenses, which I understand.
Wow.
And
Interesting.
just and the memorizing lines. That's the other thing that you got to memorize. Because understanding the scene and be able to get that guy. Okay, now this guy's gonna say that word, and then you got.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You did boom on Blood Money, my project.
You remember? I came up.
Yeah.
I helped you up.
It just got me. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I've seen him on. So I'm like, where the fuck was he?
I did.
Oh.
I came up. Yeah, I came up. Yeah, I did.
That's dope.
Wow,
Thank you.
that's awesome.
We had good sound on that, man.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of booming in the industry right now. It's like my job right now, proper job.
Nice.
But also, don't get me wrong, I'm still directing, I'm still producing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all this work is going for that passion project, and that's the goal. So,
That's the way to do it.
Yes.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
For those of you who are just listening in, we are here with Yared.
Oh god.
Gebrekidan, come on, man.
Gebrekidan.
Yared Gebrekidan. That's it.
See, I was fucking with him. I knew it because I had looked. Yared Gebrekidan. And if you want to find him, you can find him on IG at Yared
GK.
Y A.
R-E-D.
Can you let me just
I felt like
R?
You
like
needed
you-
help.
But here, you know what?
You was looking at me.
No.
You were
Because here's the
looking.
thing.
You were looking.
Most people are like, if you say, you can find him at Yared, Y-A-R. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like, you can Y-A-R-E-D, G-K. They're like, what was that? Okay, Y-G, right? So it's Y-A-R-E-D, G-K on Instagram. And you can find all the other links in his bio where you can find out all the wonderful things that he's doing and get you links to the awards and so on and so forth.
Oh,
Things
yeah.
that he's won. And you can actually find it on his bio that we posted on Hollywood North Radio as well. So,
Yeah. That's
you know,
great, man. Yeah, definitely. I mean,
and you keep him busy. That's the most important part. And you keep pushing your passion.
it is. I've learned from my mistakes from my last projects. Red Runaway, you've seen it probably.
Yeah.
I've directed a feature film, Red Runaway. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'd say. I completed that movie within a year, and then I thought I had it. Like, I thought I got it, but I noticed right now when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've learned.
But if you don't make those, if you
But
don't
I've learned a lot from that.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do it, you won't learn.
Exactly.
It's not. I'm just not just a writer, because you write. Yeah, writers, they will learn from their mistakes. They write something and they write another. Okay, all right. But then when you do a filming, it's not short films, feature film. When you do all your own feature film, and you try to, you project it to people and you see people's reaction. Oh, he's gonna laugh now because that's supposed to be a comedy. But then he's not laughing. I'm like, maybe there's a mistake there. Okay, well, okay, all right. So without doing it, you won't learn anything.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
That's true.
So I went to AFM, American Film Marketing, to sell it. That is the mentality I had. I thought I had it, but when I see it now, no, I'll have it back. It's my mistake. I've learned a lot from it, but from now on, that's not going to happen. That's because I know how
See, that's dope because a
Yeah.
lot of people wouldn't even say that. A lot of people would just try to sugarcoat it, put some, put a Band-Aid on it, and
Yeah.
talk about, or find excuses so
Yeah.
it's not their fault. And you owned it. Nah, 100%. I see it all the time. I'm an observer, man, and I just sometimes listen to people, and I'm like, okay.
If you don't, no, here's the thing. If you got to be honest, and I want people to be honest with me. When I do things, I want to make sure you got to be 100%. You got to come up with 100% because
just don't bullshit me.
Exactly. If you don't tell me my mistake, then you don't care about me.
Yeah.
You got mad. I think you got mad at me once when we were filming. And I told you some shit.
Oh,
you're
shit.
like, you know what, man? Fuck, whatever. Man. I finished my lunch. I think it was for the same movie when we were sitting there. Was it Cameron? Cameron Crowe.
Cameron Crowe.
Yeah, Cameron Crowe. And we're having lunch, and you remember we're sitting there, and you were showing me the movie. I'm like, yeah, but bruh, it's blah 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 blah. And you're like, yeah, man, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, and you got cheese. You got cheese. But then you said to me, you're like, well, thank you for your honest opinion. And I'm like, I'll never lie to you.
Yeah.
If I care about you, I'll never lie to you.
That's good because most of us as a filmmaker, a lot of filmmakers nowadays, they make movies and they don't want to hear anything negative about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, I was in that spot. I was in that box. I'm just being honest. When I was doing that at that time, I was like, wow, shit, this is a masterpiece.
Yeah. But what I respected is you had pride in it.
Yeah.
You had pride in it. You took the lump and you looked at it and you were like, fuck, man, like. You don't see it? And I'm like, no, bro, I'm telling you. It's like da-da-da. Yeah. And then you were like, you took a deep breath. It took you a couple weeks. I think it was until we got to the end of filming. And you're like, yeah, I see it. I don't think you talked to me one whole day. I think you gave me head nods for one whole day. I swear to God. I was like, he's cheese. He's cheese. He's cheese.
Oh, my gosh.
I was like, yo, you don't want to have lunch and sit down? You're like, no, I'm going to stay over here. By I was like, wow, he's cheese.
Is that night when we go to 12 West when we're having a drink? I was buying a drink and I bought for Shem and all that, but then I see sleepy. I'm like, you ain't getting shit. You ain't getting
yeah. I was like, okay. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
No, I don't think I did. But you know what?
That's true.
The bottom line is basically it's good to own your mistakes and then learn from it. And
100%.
Then try not to do it again because. Like, for me, it's clear now. My mistakes are clear.
Yeah.
And when you give me a project, the projects that I wrote right now, it's so vivid for me. I can make sure those projects are really out there.
But that project, the thing was, it wasn't that it was bad in that sense. There was just points where I think where you were trying to hit and it just wasn't hitting them.
No, here's the thing.
It looked great.
Yeah, it looked great. But here's the problem. I didn't have enough money to do things that I want to do on the day. Mm-hmm. Even the story wasn't that really great. I was really green back then. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, it's good that I did it.
Because sometimes you're just, like, you figure you got these actors, I don't want to be telling them, I need this, but I can work with that. Instead of going like, no, we're going to go again, I just need you to do that, and then we have it. You're kind of like, fuck, I don't want to tell him that he's not hitting the point.
That's true.
I don't have a lot of time here. I gotta go.
Because you learn a lot out of that because maybe the actors that I had, a couple of them are really good, but some of them they're not that really. They're green.
They're not seasoned.
So because I don't pay them, because it's a no budget.
Yeah, and then you got homies that want to be in it, and you try to go, okay, well, I need a guy, and yeah.
Can you play this character?
But you learn over time is you can't do that.
Yeah,
and I get people all the time that'll be like, hey man, I want to be. I'm like, have you ever acted before? Nah, man, but I could do it.
Next.
Nah. Actually, we do have somebody cast for it, but if he what up?
If you're watching, we love you right now.
What up, mommy?
Gianna, I love you. I mean. When you have
that is crazy. So
that's
your
her name?
daughter's name is
Gianna is her name.
Same as Kobe.
It's funny. Yeah, it's like but Gianna with a J. Mine is J. Kobe's G. So,
yeah, G.
Honestly, I didn't even know her name before.
Oh wow.
I just find out after the crash.
Yeah.
Honestly, I did not know. So.
Did that inspire you to be like, wow, maybe it's a sign. I gotta be better.
It's amazing because with that's one thing about Kobe that really that break my heart is like. Him and his daughter, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can connect.
The bond, relate. Yeah.
It's crazy. And
because there's so many dudes who don't give a fuck about their kids, which is so sad. To see that on such a huge level of where he was like, it was unconditional. You like to be able to just grab your kid and kiss your kid. I got 3-4 boys, and I told him, I'm like, yo, bro, I might have to hug you and kiss you in front of your friends. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I just told him that again just this Thursday.
You got him.
Like I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, like I mean, I'm here to be your dad. you know, I want to be your friend at some point, but I'm here to be your dad.
That's
yeah.
Right. That's it.
Do you know what I mean? I love you guys, and I'm sure you guys really don't want me putting you in a headlock, giving you a kiss when I'm in front of your school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, like, you know, I had to tell him, like, yo, I love you guys unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you know that, like, you know, I just need you to know. But at the end of the day, I'm here to be your dad. So if you do something, I might say some things that might hurt your feelings when I say it.
Yeah.
But when I say it, if it evokes an emotion where it hurts your feelings based off of what you've done, then maybe you did something wrong.
Yeah. Tough love.
Because I'm not going to just get angry just because.
No.
Because I'm a happy-go-lucky, chubby, jolly dude.
Why would you? No. You give them, you give me reasons why you're mad at people. I would never get mad at my daughter or anybody without no reason. You got to give them a reason. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, that's the reason why that broke my heart about Kobe Bryant. I mean, again, I'm saying about Kobe Bryant, but also the family who's really, you know, passed away with the Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm really sad for all that family. So.
Oh no.
Crack kills, baby. Crack kills.
This area.
This is what we go through.
Every week. A dude, like we keep saying.
It's entertaining, though.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Dude comes, lick the windows. People just do all kinds of crazy shit. They start making noise.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's trying to rap or he's speaking a different language.
He is.
Or, you know, if the drugs got to him for a quick second.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's bittersweet. So you have a daughter.
Yeah.
And, you know, how do you feel as having a daughter has changed your life? Just being as a male, when you like, you know, because as males, we do some dumb shit when we're single.
Oh yeah. Yo,
right? And then you have a daughter, and you're like, yeah. No.
You know what changed me the most? When I was there when she's giving birth.
Yeah.
That's when you see. I've never had that experience. This is my first time. I'm the first new daddy right now. Like I'm looking at my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And the baby's coming out of my girlfriend. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my
this
God.
This gives me. I'm like, I'm not. Don't look. But I'm looking at her face. Okay, stay focused on that. Because but after that though, you will see like you.
I look. I'm gay.
Like you will be I respect
look.
Women and like I've never respected before.
Yeah.
Like this is what they go through.
Yeah.
This is.
It's a new life. Like.
And then they forget and want to have another one.
Yeah.
It's like, were you not at the last one? You wasn't there at the last one? You sure about that? You sure?
No,
I'm down. I'm down to practice to get one.
Yeah.
But you sure you want to do this? Because I don't want to get in trouble for it.
Wow.
I know I'm getting cussed out in about 6-7 months for it. I know it's my fault. I get it. Yes, I get it. But you sure you want to do this?
That's what's beautiful about it. You forget the experience. Like the bad, like the painful, pain. And it's just like, I don't know.
It's a different experience.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm like, why would I go inside
Men, we would be, oh my God. Babe, we would be the babies crying.
Oh,
I can't do this.
Funny.
Give me an epidural.
No, man,
Give me
I was this close for that.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's it's an amazing experience though, I gotta say.
How old is she?
She's 18 months now.
Okay. Wow. Nice.
So,
18 months.
She's a very interesting baby.
So she's already cussing you out. No, just joking.
She actually she actually did a commercial. I don't know if I told you that.
No.
For Pampers.
Oh,
sick. She got college money already. That's
great.
She does. She already have the money right now.
Wow, nice.
Damn, she's making more than daddy right now.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
She already have an agent and everything. The moment we go in for the audition, they just like, okay, that's her. Yeah.
Aww. That's awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah, I have a beautiful daughter, so I'm blessed for that.
Yeah, man. I was like, it's going. I see through the Instagram over the years. And I remember you were happy, you were excited. And you know what's just dope? Because most dudes would be stressed out. Yo, dude. When you hear him, you're like, yo, what are you stressed out about, bro? Like, but
here's the
you were very excited. You were happy.
Yeah, I am.
Because you actually hold on. Here's what Yared, Yared's one of those dudes where you know, we always used to always be out because especially with our jobs and stuff, you work a whole week. You just kind of wanted to go out and part of the what we do is socializing. So sometimes people think, oh, you guys are always out, but sometimes when we're cast, we're with crew, like you have to figure out your next job or you're building relationships for the future and so on and so forth. Or there's a concert because we get love. When we go places, we don't really actually stand online.
That's right, yeah.
Unless they ask us to give us a break, cops inside, or hey, we're just at capacity. Can you just give us a little bit? Yeah. Things like that. But so all of a sudden I'm like, yo, Shem, dog, where's Yared? Like, yo, Yared's incognito, dog. Like, he's not around. He's got a girl now. He's chilling. Like, you know what I mean? And then finding out that you were having a daughter, I was like, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, you know what? Yeah. You got to say, your girl changed you. She changed your life quite a bit.
Well, I got to be around a lot when there's babies around.
Of course. But that was before the baby. You started slowly becoming incognito. You was like, I got my girl. I can't be hanging around this. Yo, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it'd be like 1:30. He was like, where's Yared? Oh, he bounced. Oh, for real? Okay.
But, you know, it's the industry, right? Like, that's the reason why we go out and make the network.
Exactly.
That's what we in.
You have
to.
Exactly.
That's the part of the business anyway. Yeah. So
there's been a lot of times where I'm just not wanting to go out. And then I go out and I'm like, it's been a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
You know? Wow. So, you know, you meet some of the most fascinating people that actually, weird enough, are the same people that are your cheerleaders that actually help you get the next job.
Oh yeah, you never know. You never know. Like this industry is like really like 1 minute you hear it, 1 minute you. Just finding the right people in the right moment.
Nobody knows what I do when I come to set. They have no clue what I'm doing on set that I show up. They have no clue. So
what are you doing today?
I
get the same thing too.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing today? Sound, dolly, act, or direct? You know, like
I get the same shit.
Like people ask you that because you know it's good for me that I'm wearing a lot of hats and understanding the film deeply, like good business. So one day when you run your own show. Then
you understand.
You know,
that's why I went into I started doing the electrics for a little bit.
Yes.
I started to do it.
Good,
I tried to just dibble and dabble and find out little things. So you never see what I wanted to do because I see sometimes how the lack of sleep people react and they're angry at sometimes and their shit at home starts to mix with what's going on at work and then all of a sudden you're upset, but there's always a solution. So instead of just making sure and coming up with the solution, people want to create something and use anger as the solution, which is a waste of fucking time.
It's one thing that's been challenging for me or for...
But that's why I wanted to learn all that. So when I do have my own production company, I know I know how to control certain things, and I could be able to have a conversation with you and go, hey, you know what? I was on a show, and what we did in this same situation was this, this, and this. Will that work for you guys? Or, you know, because you don't have to yell.
No yelling. But some people, you know, when they kind of like get used to yelling at people, and the people that got yelled at, they take it normally. It's like, and then they get used to that. So when they do that thing to the wrong person,
they get higher up,
the wrong person to me or to you or whatever.
Oh, I don't play that.
And I don't play that too. You know what I mean? Like that's not how we play. That's not how we work. The work doesn't go flow with that attitude.
Yeah.
So I let them know what's up. If someone talking to me that way,
I'll go find a start pack and pull out the deal memo and be like, hey, bro, you should read that again because I'm going to HR.
Yeah, I'm a very...
I ain't no snitch, but you ain't going to talk to me like that.
Exactly.
I'm going by protocol.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy, but let me tell you, don't play that with me. And that attitude got me where I'm at right now. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Like, people who really understand me work with me.
Yeah.
And they know I'm very respectful. I would never disrespect anybody for no reason.
Yeah, and I think that's honestly,
very
that's
important.
the thing for me where I've gotten to where I have to tell dudes, I'm like, hey, man, let me ask you a question. When I see you at Toby's or something like that, because my barbershop is just right there. Wow. The barbershop just goes, I will see you at Toby's. Because every white dude in Vancouver goes to Toby's at some point in their life. Or somebody. Or it doesn't matter. Like, you're going to be on Commercial Ave. Or, you know, you might even see other dudes who are you know, other nationalities. So I might see you in Surrey. Or I might see you. So you got to always remind people, like, just when you leave outside this place, I want to see how big your mouth is. Yeah. And then people are like, were you threatening me? No. I'm not threatening you. I'm promising you when you come back on Monday morning, you're going to be talking like this to your walkie. And like catering's going to have to blend your food.
Yeah.
They're going to have to blend your food for 6 weeks. or you're gonna have to take 6 weeks. But it won't be at work that it happens. But I just want to see if your mouth is still as big because they don't come to sleeps for nothing. No. I got it because I put heads to bed, bro. Yeah. And I really want you to understand that this is a huge possibility when we leave here. And it's so funny how then all of a sudden there's a reality check of them understanding that, yeah, bro, we're at work. Mm-hmm. You see that? Like if you yell at me, I match you.
Exactly.
And if you start telling me don't yell at me, see, but you don't like being yelled at either.
Yeah.
Right? Hypocrite. So you don't like it, I don't like it.
I don't like hypocrite people. That's being hypocrite, right? Like, it's basically, you got to teach them like properly. And then they will be like, it's all about like, my mixer used to say, massage them. Talk to them in a way where they understand who you are, and then later they won't disrespect you. Because they grow up, or they do in the industry grow up that way, and then they just,
sometimes
that's the way they come at you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just comes from home first.
Yeah.
And that's all they've known. Mm-hmm. That's all they've known. They've known, and unfortunately, sadly enough, you know, like you said, their first boss might have talked to them that way, so they feel they have to conduct themselves that way in order for the ship to stay afloat.
Yeah.
Or I call it people do that shit to justify their job. Because they're insecure.
There's some behind.
Because they're insecure.
But we got their number though.
Yeah.
We got their number. I know how you play. You play. Well, I know where you're playing, but don't do that with me.
Yeah.
All right. With all due respect, take that away. No.
Do you feel knowing
I'm not
that?
the one.
No, not with me. No.
Do you feel understanding that and being somebody who's just like, hey man, I'm here to do my job. I stand my ground. I'm gonna do my job. You can't talk to me that way. Do you feel that's been a bonus for you?
It's actually if I talk to them a certain way and to let them know, understand who I am, I don't play that way. Mm-hmm. It's actually beneficial for me. Yeah. It works good, and they change their attitude.
Yes.
When it comes to me, okay, that's that guy. Oh, excuse me, may I? Then say to them, hey, get out of my way. I haven't had that before. Get out of this. You know, like they just yell for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Instead of saying,
excuse
me. You know? So they have that, but they learned that with me during a car. You know, when you work on a show call, they'll get to know who you really are.
Yeah.
7 months in, and
and they learned. So people, when they approach me and try to talk to me, right now it's changed. It's like, excuse me, may I? Can I go through that? You know, there's and it worked. And I'm a very nice guy.
Yeah,
I'm nice.
That's why they do that.
People like that, you know, I'm your best friend.
It's like trying.
I'll do whatever you ask me to do. I'll do it, but don't come like in a wrong way and try to raise your voice to be noticed.
Sometimes you got to get to dudes. I used to just go for the juggler. I just be like, hey, bro, slavery's over. You can't talk to me like that no more. First of all. Second of all, you signed a deal memo, so you can't talk to me like that anymore. Yeah. And third of all, bro, if you talk to me like that again, I promise you there's going to be a problem. Fourth of all, if you're worried about what I'm doing so much over here, then you ain't paying attention to your job. So your job is being like neglected. So maybe you need to come into my department because apparently you know how to fix it, and then I'll take your job. Because apparently I like you want to be in my department.
There's got to be some reason behind it.
But that's the thing.
Low-key haters.
Exactly.
Low-key racist.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
No, 100%.
Low-key. There's a lot of low-key there. Yeah. That comes the anger or, you know, you just...
And it's a lot of times it's a prior experience. It could have been somebody else who might be, in your department that has caused them to just think you're all like that. You know what I mean? Because we do hire some idiots in some departments where you're like, oh, my dude, are you serious right now, bro? You're joking, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Like, who hired you? How did you get in? Like, you want to ask them, like, how you even got this job. Like, are you serious right now?
Wow.
Like,
people need to fix their approach.
Oh, yeah. I had somebody when I was like, hey, we need to go do this. This person said, yeah, 1 sec. Give me, like, 15 minutes. I'm just paying my rent.
What?
I said, excuse me? I said, well, here what? Here what? I want you to really think about this. What I'm asking you to do is at the place that helps you pay your rent. So I'll take that away from you in about like 4 minutes, not even 15, 20.
Yeah.
Wow. 4 minutes, and guess what? This will be the last time you pay your rent with money from this place.
Oh.
So you could either do it at lunch, or you can do it after you're done at doing what you're doing while everybody else is working. And it's so funny how the reset button gets clicked. They're like, ooh, yeah.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. You're just paying your rent? Yo, B.
Oh, my gosh.
That should be automatic coming out of your account. and now you're on your phone. So obviously you're going to be late with your rent because if you weren't on the phone, your rent would have been paid. So so I don't know what you're telling me about your rent, and I think it was something like the 3rd of that month.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, man? Some people you just never know what's going on in their lives, and they don't think. And I
feel sorry for those people who actually who has these problems in their personal life, but
transfer.
But then bringing it to set and then messing up somebody's day. It's not.
Do you ever take those scenarios and put them in your scripts? Like, you ever take scenarios and put them in any of your scripts?
I'm thinking about it right now, honestly.
Because I'm writing a movie. I'm writing a movie
about the whole thing experience.
Film. Yeah, I'm writing one. I got a trilogy.
Especially, there's one day, especially when I was doing grip, that's like the hardest thing that I did. Because not just only the job, also dealing with the people that you work with. Yeah. It's a little bit different. So one day I did a day call. Yeah. So I showed up the day call, and then this guy come in. Have you worked on set before? And I'm like, maybe 1 day or 2 days. I played it like I'm new. Mm-hmm. So when you're day call, they treat you like you don't know anything.
Yeah.
If you notice, I don't know if you guys been.
I know.
So I'm like, maybe I said, maybe 1 day or 2 days, but I'm new to it. Okay, this is called C-stand, and then you put flags in here, sandbags in here, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. And then now he start to be more bossy and yelling and all that. I'm like, you know what? Now I see why, some of the leaders, they're not supposed to be a leader. Like, the way how they talk to you is basically, it's just, it's just the whole thing. It's like the whole idea of talking you down because you're a day call, but not knowing that you might be someone bigger than them. Bigger.
Yeah.
So basically what happened, I told him I'm actually a union. And this is my number. Because the union, they have numbers.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, shit. He's actually turned out to be a permittee.
Yeah.
He turned out to be a permittee.
Boss.
He's like, what are you telling me? Well, I just want to see how you treat me.
Yeah.
And you fell. You're a permittee and I'm a member. So this is what's happening. He's like, okay. But it's just...
And the industry's busy right now, so you get a lot of people who just get grandfathered in because they need people, and they get their days, and they feel they can run around and run their teeth. What up?
What's up?
Big Nate. Nate Witte. Dexter Bell popped in.
What's up?
Yeah,
How you doing, man?
How you doing, bro? You good?
Jared, nice to meet you.
Hi, Naomi.
How you
Nice to
doing?
meet you.
What up?
Are you switching out, Nene?
Yeah.
Nene's like, I'm out. See, Nene was my co-host for today. Nene doesn't like being on the mic, and she held it down for me, so I appreciate
water
it,
in this
Nene.
joint?
Yeah, we got some water in this joint.
Whenever. Yeah,
We'll grab you some.
Thanks, man.
We'll grab you some. You want us to put some in there?
Yeah, that'd be great. Be fantastic.
I don't know if that works.
Yeah,
But
I
get
don't know
some.
if those pipes have been clean.
We'll get it from out there.
Okay.
Cause I don't know if those pipes been cleaned. Nathan Witte showed up, and this is the part 2 of the interview.
Let's go.
And this is the perfect timing for Nathan to show up because we were just talking about set. We were talking about a number of things, but Nathan and Yared have worked on that project that won the awards and have been nominated and won 2 awards. And there's a third. Is there a third nomination?
Yeah, it's a third festival selection.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've only submitted to 10 so far, and so we're at a 30%.
That's not too shabby. and 1, 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's your
Oh, right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't know what to anticipate. This is the first time Yared and I have actually worked together on a project, come together to collaborate, and I just like to create art, and I think art is a very collaborative thing. Sometimes it can be a very singular thing, but I think it's also a very collaborative thing, especially when it comes to film. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to take some of my spoken word and some of my poetry to a different level. And I've been working with a music producer for probably like 8 years now, and we've just been like refining our sounds. And then we finally put something together. And at that point, I was like, yo, I'm gonna put this into a video. And so I hit up Yared to see if he was interested to direct, because I know he's passionate about that. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. And the video turned out better than I thought because it wasn't even how I envisioned it at first. And then that's the one thing I love about being collaborative with art. You bring other people in, they bring a new perspective, they bring their essence to it. And so Yared brought this different vibe, and it turned out to be this video that's now getting recognized for some awards. So I was like, okay, cool.
That's what's up. And you're obviously you're like you both work in film. Nathan, have you been working on anything lately?
Have I been working on it? Yeah. Yeah, I've been real busy, man. It's been real good. I've been real
Well, that's why I asked the question. 'Cause I didn't want to be like, you're a busy fucking asshole. And I hate people like you who are constantly busy.
So,
you know what I mean? Light-skinned niggas. Look, I'm just playing. I'm just joking.
No, it's going to be light-skinned.
I'm just joking.
I ain't complaining.
No. I'm just saying. I was just segueing into have you been busy? Because you actually have been like extremely busy. I'm just kind of curious how you're balancing your schedule.
That's a good question. I'm curious too how I'm balancing my schedule. I need an assistant, like real talk. Anybody out there needs a job, like I need someone to do the little things.
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, it's been a real challenge. So currently I'm playing a role on Charmed. Just filming my 7th episode with them right now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. That's
nice.
That set is like the epitome of what I would think of a dream set. Everybody is super cool. Right from the cast to behind the scenes to the camera crew and right down to the exec producers and the showrunners. Everybody is really attentive and loving and really thinking about the work and the people involved. Like this is the first set I've been on where they actually have the conscious effort to do things green. So there's actually a department on the set of Charm where they got people who are like, no man, that plastic bottle goes in that container. That food goes in that container. And that's all their job is. Because as you all know, how wasteful film can be.
Oh, yeah. And then some.
Right? And so they've actually got this no cup policy. And so they even, at Christmas time, gave everybody their own thermos cup. And so you have to be, responsible enough to bring that to set. Because if you don't, you ain't got no cup.
You got no coffee, you got no tea, you ain't got no water. You good, like, you thirsty.
Yeah. So I really love the effort that they're doing. And then when I'm not filming Charmed right now, the next day I'm on Batwoman right now. And I'm just filming my 4th or 5th episode with them right now.
Well,
it's fun, man.
Yeah, fun.
Fun, yeah.
And then, not because I want to brag, just because you asked.
Yeah. I'm so happy for you.
I'll be filming my 2nd episode on Nancy Drew in March.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. So.
You know what I mean? Keep it, you know what though? I always say this. You know what? We all wish for it. When we get it, sometimes it's like, holy, I don't have time for myself. But you asked for it, you got it, you're killing it, and people are noticing it.
That's what you said it right on the nail on the head there. It's the focus. It's the thought. So interestingly enough, this year, or at least just halfway through last year, was the first time I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna try for more of a villain perspective, as a mindset. Because for the first 12 years of my acting career, I was always like, no, I want to be like that Will Smith, the cool guy, the good, the good guy. Yeah. And it was doing great. But then I was like, I want to change it up. And only through thought. I mean, I didn't even do like moody headshots or nothing. Yeah. It was just a thought. And then all of a sudden I booked the first villain character on Charmed I've ever in my career. Mm-hmm. Just by mentally changing my perspective.
Yep.
And then the world starts to fall into place.
Yeah. Because they're looking, going like, oh, he'd be great. Oh, no, hey. I wasn't expecting that.
And that's it.
Call him back in for the callback because I'm gonna be there on Thursday. Yeah, but it's the truth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's funny because people always go, oh, so you started getting different roles? I go, yes, I started getting different roles because I always went out for inmate number 1 or thug number, and then so you always get pushed for those roles or called in for those certain roles. But once you start asking your agent and communicating with your agent about certain things, usually weird enough because you've manifested and your brain is ready for it. That's how things kind of start to work because you prepared for it. You're walking in going like, oh no, I'm getting this.
For sure. And if there's anybody out there that's just getting into the industry, I would say the first and foremost thing you should do is picture yourself in the role before you go into that audition. I didn't realize that for the first few years because I grew up in a predominantly Caucasian society and media. my mind subconsciously would think of a white guy. I was thinking of a white guy as myself playing the role. And then I'd go in there and I wouldn't book. And it took me a while. I was like, why am I not booking? Why am I not booking? Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, well, it's me. Like, I'm the reason I'm not booking. I can't put it outside myself. And I was like, I'm not even picturing myself in the role.
Yeah.
If I can't picture myself in the role, why would you?
See, CW is also a different level. So you got it. When you go in, you can't, unless it specifically says you're a thug, and gangster, da-da-da, you need to go in down the middle.
Yeah.
You need to go in there and you got to be like, instead of being all extra like, hey, yo, man, what you doing, man? Fuck out of here. You got to be like, hey, man, what are you doing? Because that ain't going to fly. And you need to find that balance for CW.
Yeah.
And then you need to find the balance for the other network.
Yeah.
And, ABC, NBC, you need to find those balance. And a lot of people don't get it, but you figured it out, and now you're on 3 shows, which is like, bro, I don't even know how you sleep.
And on top of that, I work for a cannabis company as a sort of an ambassador, a sales representative.
Just about to get to that.
Yeah. So during the day, I'm also getting people to. So what's really cool is I started a brand with a group of my homies from the cannabis industry in the legacy market.
Last time you were here, you were talking about that you were going to do it, and now you've manifested and you did it. Okay, so continue.
So we did it. So we created this brand around cannabis with the intention of going into the legal framework to sell it to a large corporation. Mm-hmm. And we didn't know how we were going to do it. We were just, that's where we want to go. And luckily enough, we were fortunate enough to sign with a company called Sundial. So our brand Top Leaf was purchased by Sundial, and now Top Leaf, you can buy it at your local dispensaries legally.
Wow. So do you work for the company to help push your, to go, hey, this is what we thought of our brand. So was it something where they were like, no, we'll hire you guys to push this? Or were you guys like, nah, that's part of the deal, bro?
Yeah, it was part of the deal. It was
okay.
like, if you're
but you have to think like that.
And that's exactly it. And so loyalty is huge. I'm loyal to my friends, and the one thing I love to do is like reach my dreams, and the next thing I love to do is help my boys and girls to reach their dreams, like helping my community do that. And so that's what this was, helping them reach their goals while helping me reach my goals. And we sold 5 brands. And then in part of that, they made sure to negotiate with the company that they bring the entire team. Because they were really to just bring a few of us. And they're like, no, if you don't take all of us, then you don't get anything. And so my boys put the entire deal on the line to make sure that the entire of us could go through, because it was all of us that helped get it to this point. So if you think you can only maintain that with half of us, I mean, you're laughing. You're only going to get so far. So fortunate enough, So get your Top Leaf if you're into cannabis at your local dispensary.
There you go. Congratulations, man.
Thanks.
You're hustling. This is a
hustling grinder right here.
Hustling, man. But you know what? Honestly, I'm really starting to get I'm trying to get away from the word grinding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I think the first part of grinding is figuring out what the goal is. Once the work is done, the rest is the hustle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're right now, you're hustling to just get some sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And I thank you for coming. Because if I was you, I'd be like, hey, bro, you know what? Can I? Oh, yeah, okay. I'll come through. But you immediately were like, yes. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, done.
Well, I appreciate you. Yeah,
Da-da-da-da.
working with my time, because I was just in my jiu-jitsu class, and I'm like, I'm not missing my jiu-jitsu class.
Yeah. No. Hey,
but
sacrifice. Everything's a sacrifice, man.
for sure.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. I'm missing my other class right now, but
okay.
So
one or the other. He hit us up with one or the other. Let's go.
Man.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And thank you. And one thing I changed this year, a lot of people would call it like a New Year's resolution. I don't really believe in that. I just believe in setting my mind to something and then not kidding myself. And so one thing I wanted to do this year was, instead of going to bed at midnight like I used to be going to bed, go to bed at 9, get up at 5. Now I'm getting up at 5, hitting the gym, meditating, getting ready for 3 hours before my day starts, and boom, it sets my day up. Like that extra 3 hours in the day versus at night, I get that much more done. It's a game changer.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just watching Mark Wahlberg, watching The Rock, I look up to these guys, watching these guys, they are hustlers, man. They get up every day, hitting the gym, working hard, they're pushing. And I'm like, well, if I see myself at that caliber, why would I excuse myself from doing that kind of hard work?
Yeah.
You know?
That's dope, man. That's really dope. I don't know about getting up at 5.
I think you should try it, man.
No, you know what, though?
It feels great.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, it's been like one of those things where, you know, the weird thing is the jobs that we do have and the 19 hours and so like my brain does not compute to want to get up at those hours. But I figure if you know what, maybe you're right. Maybe if I did get the day going, boom, 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 I would be able to get most of the stuff done. And then if you're going to bed at like 9, when you're not working.
Yeah, when you're not
right,
working, of course. Yeah, if I'm on set, I'm on set, right?
Like I guess you know, 2-3 times a week is better than none. You know, if it's the weekend, it's the weekend.
I sleep in on except for Saturdays because I'm up at training, but
right. But you know what I mean. So I guess it's just finding the days that works. And the time.
You know, I think it makes your day too because I work on set sometimes 12 hours a day. How do you do going to gym after work a day? And then I actually go to gym, work out. I sleep well. I get up the next day. It's like the best fresh feeling ever. Even the night before or in the morning, whatever works. But it's really good. It does help.
Yeah, I remember when I had time off and when I was off for a while and I was just going to the gym and had a personal trainer and I felt so much better. Like even when you're done, you're like, oh my God, my legs, my butt, my brain, my shoulders, my arms. Like, you know, you're almost afraid to go doo-doo. Like you're just like, I can't. No, I'm holding it because it's my legs. You know, but then once you get into the routine, you just start to go, no, I'm building muscle. I'm actually now I'm getting stronger. Like this is what happens. You have to tear these muscles in order to build, and it's the same thing. I think the process when it goes to your work ethic, when it comes to your job.
Yeah.
You push hard. You work hard. There's sacrifice, and you see results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I commend you guys, man. Like, it's kind of inspiring today to hear you guys doing that because, you know, there's not. I mean, after breaking my foot, there's only I'm mentally there's only so much I can do and physically.
For sure.
But to hear that, it's almost like I want to hear that Rocky music right now. That you know, nah, for real. I feel like it's like yeah, you forget that. Well, hold on, just because you don't have 7 days a week, it doesn't matter. You can have 3 days a week.
There's always going to be the same amount of hours in the day, same amount of minutes, same amount of days in the week. It's just how effectively do you want to use those hours and those minutes and those days, right?
Right.
And I just keep the ultimate end goal in sight. And it's to get to those goals, it's just a bunch of little micro wins and decisions to get there, right? A lot of people think it's just like, it's a big thing. It's just one day at a time.
Right.
I literally just go one day at a time because it can get overwhelming. Jumping from
100%.
set to set, trying to like manage this 9-to-5 job.
And then you're scheduling because these guys want you in on the same day that the other 2 shows want you in.
Oh, they were battling for a minute there, so
yeah.
because we were shooting an episode at the same time.
Yeah.
But thankfully enough, my agent, who's solid, Dylan with Trisco, the guy's a solid dude. He worked really hard for me, and I want a big shout out to casting as well. Casting. They root for us, man. And if it wasn't for them believing in me, you know, I don't know if I'd be able to be as far as I am. Like they actually, as much as some actors don't think, casting's out there. They're hustling for us.
Yeah, it's true.
They're, you know, if they're bringing you in the room, they like you, and if they're bringing you in the room, they're gonna fight for you as well. Yeah. And casting here, they want to see locals succeed.
Yeah,
they do.
Because we normally get to stick with the doo-doo, and a lot of their time gets wasted too. A lot of people might not know it, but a lot of times, you know, you go into an actual audition, and sometimes they're already cast, and we don't know it. They just go. Some people go through the motions, right? And
you know, there was a point in my career where I was a little upset about that. You know, and I know some actors out there that too. They get a little upset. They're like, "Oh, well, I wasted my time," and I'm like, "Is it a waste of time?"
It's not.
Because no, it's not. Because it's still an opportunity to be seen. It's an opportunity to perfect your craft. That's one more audition that you can work on, so you feel more comfortable for the next. Because no matter what, every audition I do, for me to not beat myself up, I had to tell myself that every audition I get better and better.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I was telling the thing I said on a couple shows before. People are like, "Hey, do you get nervous or do I used to, but I don't anymore. I go in and I'm like, in my brain, I already got the part.
Yeah.
I already got the part, so I don't know what there is to, and I don't bring sides in. I learn my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are like, yo, it's 8 pages long. Yeah, I know. Like, what am I supposed to do?
I bring my sides in. I went through a whole thing like that where I didn't bring my sides in. There's a mentality here in Vancouver where we feel like we I think it's part of because of the competition.
Mm-hmm.
We're all like, we all want that part, you know, because a lot of the time we're just getting crumbs on the table.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're falling off the table, sorry. And so we're all like, no, I'm going to get that part before you. But I've been going in with my sides. You know, unless it's like 1 page or something, 2 pages, you know, and if I really got it, I got it. But even still, I bring them in, put them on the floor or whatever.
Like when I say I don't walk in with my sides, they're in my pocket.
Okay.
Or they're like somebody else. Like, I don't walk in with them in my hands.
Yeah.
Like, you'll see them. I'll probably take them out and then put them on the chair, and so you know I have them. But because when it's that long and you could kill it, they're like, oh, okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Because like when you're on set,
You don't have sides.
no, everybody got sides.
No, you got sides. Yeah,
Everybody got sides on set, man.
In the scene, you
Everybody
don't
gets
have sides. Yeah,
When
but every
obviously-
actor has sides before you go in.
Yeah,
You
and
run
they're
into
reading
the
them.
shit. Yeah.
Like they're reading them. Let's do a rehearsal before you start. Man, everyone's reading the lines. Like, and then being on set is what reminded me. It's like, oh, okay, you know, have the sides. And in LA, they're auditioning sometimes 3-4 times a day.
Yeah.
It's impossible almost to memorize unless you're like a savant. You know, you can memorize 4 different scenes, 4 different
I
characters
could
for
do
one
that.
day.
I think it's because of music, though. I channel it as music.
Okay.
I look at it and I channel it as music.
I mean, if
Like,
you ain't got
'cause I
nothing
used
else
to
going
rap.
on, too.
No. But like my brain, I can literally run shit for like, let's say an hour and a half. I know the means of that. I can get through it. So I'll always take 4 hours. And I don't know why I'm telling my secrets on air. But, fucking idiot. But I usually take 4 hours, and I don't even work it. I just read it. I just read it and read it and read it and read it and read it for 4 hours, because I mentally feel like when you listen to a song on the radio, you don't get the you don't get the opportunity to know the song in one listen. If you put it on repeat, you start to understand the words. You start to understand the song. So,
Yeah.
And then our brains are I think are structured to soak information in.
For sure.
So
For sure.
if I read something for 4 hours and then I start working it, like I already know, like that point, if I give 8-9 hours, I don't need these things. Like I literally don't need them.
Yeah, if you don't need them, you don't need them.
Right.
Because at that point, you're just allowing your body to just go with it, and then organically get to the lines in the moment, because that's ultimately what you want to be, is in the moment.
Yeah, but that's what helps me get into the character and
That's
get into
dope.
the moment, because I can do. And then a lot of times you'll see it when there's like an 8 page or 9 pages, and they're like, "So do you have your sides?" It's like, "Yeah, they're just they're over here." But you'll never see me in the audition room with my sides. If I walk in with my sides. And I think what it does, it kind of fucks people up, because if I'm sitting there with 8-9 pages in my head and my eyes are closed, I swear to you hear the motherfuckers start going in the hallway and they start like, I already know you're done, and you're done. I already know.
And so this stuff, it's a memory support. So as soon as I started taking lines, man, I could feel the neuron synapses in my brain firing a lot quicker. So when I would memorize something, it sticks, like to the point where it's almost photographic. I could read a page 20 minutes, I got the thing locked down.
Yeah, that's like that. But weird enough, without the mushrooms,
Without
that's
the-
how my brain
That's
works.
dope. You lucky.
But you know what? But I said, I think it's from music. I think because
Okay.
when you write the music and you start going through you start spitting the rhymes, right? You're spitting the rhymes, and now you're like, oh shit. I get halfway through, I'm on my 4th take. I already know what's coming.
Right.
Right. So now I don't really need my verse in front of me, but it's still in front of me. But I can spit the entire thing all the way through. But I think so. My brain looks at the dialogue the same exact way.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
You
to
know
me,
what I
man,
mean?
For sure. Because you're memorizing. Your brain is already attuned to that sort of memorization, right?
So if you needed to switch a line and when you're spitting, because I always say when you're rapping, every line has to still sound different instead of sounding like the 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and it's the same with acting for me. So every line can't sound the same. Like if I sound there and every line sounds like a question, you'll be like, okay, next, thank you, that was great. You're gonna get kicked out of the room. But if I'm sitting there having a conversation with you and I'm like, yo, man, it was crazy when the band came out and everything just started playing, and I was like, oh my God. But if I went, it was crazy how when the band came out and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, it was just crazy. You're like, yo, robot guy, can you start that over again? Right? Because it's not how you would sound when you talk, or people put on an actor voice.
Yes.
Like everybody has an actor voice. Why are you doing this now? And everything's a question. Like, come on.
A lot of that is Canadianisms too. Like
Yeah.
Canadians tend to inflect at the end because we feel we're not confident with what we're saying. So we'll put a high inflection at the end. So when a statement sounds like a question, and we're no, it sounds like a question.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Yeah. And I go in calm as fuck. I go in calm as hell. I saunter. I do. Like.
So what are you working on right now?
Nothing right now.
Okay.
Just,
Are you
at the
auditioning?
foot-
How's it
at
going
the
for you?
foot. No, I haven't done anything since last May because I broke my foot on Coffee and Cream, which will be out April 3rd. I'm not allowed if I'm allowed to tell you guys that.
Coffee and Cream, it's called.
Coffee and Cream.
And what is that?
It's a comedy.
Is it on Netflix?
Is it
Netflix, Ed Helms, Taraji P. Henson.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
King
go.
Batch.
respect.
Ron Rico Lee.
Oh, King Batch.
Yeah.
With King Batch too.
Yeah, we're a group of homies.
Yeah, man. I've seen your
We're-
videos together,
yeah.
man. It's funny.
Yeah.
The one when you pull your pants down or whatever.
Oh, look at the baby!
I
Look
saw
at the
that.
baby!
I saw
Look at
that.
the baby!
I saw
Yeah,
that one.
that was when the
Yeah.
baby knocked the dude
That's
out,
hilarious.
and the guy was in his underwear in the mall or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we messed around with that. He's great working with him. You know, like great people to work with. That crew was amazing, and the director Michael Dowes was amazing as well, and the whole entire squad actually, from right down from you can look at from PA's crafty office.
What do you guys shot? You shot it in Vancouver?
Here, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, man. Like, I mean, for me, I want to get back, but it doesn't make sense. I just had an operation yesterday, and I'm gonna have another operation on my foot probably in about 3 to 6 months. And,
you heard it bad.
Yeah, arch collapsed and
because
broke bones.
were you doing stunts or something?
Running in my Timberlands. It was acting, but we were supposed to chasing Ed Helm and King Batch and us. And King Batch is like, I don't know if he should be in the Olympics for like the sprint, like 100-meter dash or 400 or something.
He's quick.
'Cause fast, like to the point where I was like running at one point. I think I started laughing because he was already out of frame, and I still had a half a block to go. Half a block. That's probably how I broke my foot because I was trying to run harder and faster. Like he was gone. He was already catching his breath. He was gone. Like he was already caught his breath. And I got there. I'm like, he's like, "Hey man, what took you so long?"
Oh no.
Like, well, you know what? You're fast.
Yeah, nothing to hit the male ego, right?
Yeah, no. And then 4 or 5 takes later, like I think I broke it within the third. I think it was the second or third take, and then it became like a flat tire when it all came down to it. Like I was like, oh man. And then, I was like, another one. Then after we end, like, I was like, I just need to see Crafty. I can't do it. She came. We took off both boots. One foot looked regular, the right one, the left one. She's like, does your bone normally stick out like that? And I'm like, no, and it's not usually this swollen. So, but no, yeah. But so, yeah. So that was, that was, yeah. So I haven't auditioned since then. But I mean, yeah. I mean, you got, people always got the little web series stuff where you can kind of, you're not getting paid, but you're exercising your muscles and to do things like that. So that for me is important, so I don't become the dude that's got to come back and feel like you're way behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to get back. I know it's gonna be a little while, but I mean, everything happens for a reason is the way I'm looking at it. Shit happens, and there's a reason. So
Yeah.
It's getting busy out there too right now.
yeah.
It's slow right now, but it's gonna pick up. Yeah, it's gonna pick up.
Well, a lot of platforms coming up right now. As a script writer, I don't have an excuse because you got to get that good content out there on this platform.
Yeah.
They're really always looking for something.
Yeah,
I'm really excited actually.
I think it's gonna kill the pilot season.
Yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be a pilot season in the
No.
future. I think every month
No,
is a
it's not.
pilot season.
I agree.
With the
Oh, yeah.
streaming service, everybody coming out with a new streaming service on top of their streaming service. Like see, even some companies are like they release a streaming service and then they've got another streaming service within the streaming service to buy another one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
But here's the thing: when people get so excited about Apple TV, Amazon Prime, Netflix, bruh, you're paying way more for all of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Than you would have did with your one
What-
cable bill, which is most of it is just internet.
Well, that's why people just getting smart. It's like you buy Netflix, I'll get Disney Plus, you get Hulu. We all just use each other's accounts.
Oh, Okay. I've been doing it all wrong.
Yeah, bad. Yo, you know what I mean? Especially if you got roommates, each one of you just buys one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you're all using it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of one person buying all of those platforms.
I've been broke a long time, so
You figure out ways to make it work. It's like, hey, I'm gonna get the macaroni and cheese, the spaghetti, and you get the ground beef,
so
and
we
you
can
grab
all
the seasoning.
share.
You know what I'm saying?
just like back in the day when we all rolling the blunt. It's like, I got the blunt, you got the weed, all right, you got the lighter.
It's like a potluck, you know.
Yeah.
Yo, you bring the steak, I'll bring the what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the barbecue.
Yeah. It's like, yo, I got the potato salad.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And bring your mama's home cooked curry sauce.
Yeah. But nah, yeah, I feel you. I mean, I didn't even think of that because, you know, you get to a point where you're just like, I don't want nobody involved in my shit.
Right? But
like,
even Netflix jokes about it.
If he don't pay his part, now I can't watch my show.
Right?
But he got weed though. But he like, can't pay the bill, but he can, you know, all that kind of nonsense. You know. But yeah. Life is fun sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
But I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think to share. Yeah, I guess share.
Yeah, just share.
You better hope you like those people, because after a while, if you're just like, yo, bro.
Yeah, because one day you'd be like,
Prime.
trying to lock in. Be like, yo, I'm locked out of the account, bro. Like, what's going on? You changed it? Yeah, I changed the password, yo. Get your own account. Like, if you fall out, if you have a falling out, trying to go in one day, like, what's going on?
But then you got to do that to him, and then it's like, yeah. It becomes
So you
but then he could ask the one neutral dude, hey man, what's the password for the?
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, I just, you know what? At this point, you figure it out. And I think if there's like, maybe did I see something where you could still like you could bundle a bunch of them or something like that?
Yeah, they've got bundles out there now. Like, and I don't know what the. I think Amazon is doing something where you can bundle them all together, Stars and Hulu. I don't know, but
Yeah,
it's becoming too much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot. Like to the point where it's like, you know,
but it's a lot, but it's good though. It's good news
It
for
is.
us, for the filmmaker.
As an actor, I ain't complaining.
As a
Yeah,
filmmaker,
bro,
as a
yeah,
writer,
filmmaker,
definitely. I really.
hey, I'm not. I'm
Bring it
far
more.
from complaining.
More.
I'm telling you, if my foot wasn't broken, I know just from the role that we were on, and just being from doing Torn with Dan Rizzuto, Dexter Bell, he was just here. He was a part of the actual the filming of that, and you know that role. You know when you're on a roll, where you go into stuff, you almost feel like I'm so everything's. You got oil in the car.
Mm-hmm.
The transmission fluid's running.
Mm-hmm.
It's brand new,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like you go in and almost like everything you go in that you touch, you pretty much are kind of getting a call back. And if I don't get this, it's because of my height, or they were looking for someone that's like a totally different look, right?
Can't control it.
But you feel like when you go in, because you're constantly running lines.
Yeah.
Like you're like, okay, I'm good. Like when we were doing Dexter Bell and I, we were doing Torn, we were doing 9 pages a day. 9.
What,
sometimes
shooting?
10.
Shooting?
Yeah, shooting. Yeah, 9-10 pages a day.
That's crazy.
Like just doing it. Like
Mind me asking you, who's the producer? Who produced it? You produced it or? Somebody?
No. Why Scott Bailey? Yeah, Scott.
How long
Bailey.
was the shoot?
What? 15 days. 15, 16 days.
How many pages was that? The whole thing?
100. 130? Yeah, 130.
How was the
130
budget?
pages. Damn, no wonder you were shooting so many.
It was decent. It wasn't crazy. Okay. No, they shot it for like I just negotiated.
All right.
You gotta come in ready.
People were like, "Yo, you guys aren't. Yo, man, it's gonna be hard." We're
You
like,
know what? Surprisingly, like that's the one thing I noticed with Charmed on my very first day. Like, so the audition was like a 4-page monologue, and I just came off like being on tilt, poker term or whatever, because I did another 4-page monologue and it didn't go through. I was put on hold. It was for Siren, and then I was like, okay, I felt it. It felt good, and they pulled it. And then the same day I get this 4-page monologue for Charmed, and I was like, memorize. I ain't memorizing shit. I'm just gonna know what this is about. I'm just gonna go in there and do it. And I went in there just like you did, just walk in and just did it. But I did it with my sides. I did the one thing actors don't do in this city. It's going with their sides and they're reading it. I don't even know my first line. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
rehearsal?
Blah, 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 blah. And then casting's like, Nathan, we can see you looking at the sides.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay. She's like, okay, let's just try it again. I'm like, okay, cool. Same thing, blah, 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 blah. I did not think they were going to choose me at all.
No, but that's the
Boom.
thing. You're surprised.
Surprised,
You're
man.
surprised when you're just like,
Wow.
Yeah, and it goes. And so on the day, it's this 4-page monologue, and I'm in front of like 100 extras. We're in this huge club. There's 100 crew, 3 cameras. One's like going around my face on a crane. Like, it's intimidating. If you're in like your first time on set, this is an intimidating thing. You got 3 cameras on you, and it's like, go. And I come in prepared. I come in knowing my lines. And the first thing, one of the leads comes to me, Nathan, thank you for coming prepared. I just wish everybody else could be here today to see how prepared you were. And I was taken back. I was like, oh wow. I'm like, what, actors don't come to set prepared?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know anything about that.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's the last thing I want to hear is like, oh, this guy. I was so tired when I did like on something I filmed that, like where we were filming like a web series at one point, and I was so mentally, and I knew the stuff, but it wasn't. I just couldn't.
Hey, sometimes the mind just isn't working.
It was
some
like,
days,
hey,
man.
bro, you should go to bed. Like, that's exactly what he was trying to tell me. He's like, I don't know why you here. I don't know why you here, but I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm tapped. I've been tapped out. I told you not to even come here, right? But you know, once you get that, you still perform. And I think, you know, once you separate the fact of going like, okay, fuck, this is gonna be a bad day. I will apologize, but I could get through it, and I know the scene, and I know what I'm doing. But I'm the dude where I hate going to set and not knowing my. If you're especially on a series type show or something like that, nah, you ain't getting.
Like, that's not, especially, yeah. If you're a regular or you're a lead on it, you know, you got a lot of work, you got a lot of lines. That's every day, you know. That's challenging.
But that's your job.
For sure.
You got
That's your
Saturday,
job.
you got Sunday.
Most definitely.
You got like how I work when I'm on like a show when I'm like that. I take my week throughout. Okay, so for instance, I'm in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Right.
Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've already planned from that Friday evening or that Saturday. If I leave here, I would ask Nate and them. I'd have my shit right here. It'd be right here beside me.
Yeah.
And I'm running it during breaks. Then I go home and I run it in, or I'd ask somebody to run it with me. And then I go home and I'd run it again. And I'd be learning the stuff that I'm supposed to do the next week, Wednesday. Because I already done what I was supposed to do this week for this week's. So when I go in, I already know, okay, boom. So when I go home at the end of the night, I will go over what I had studied the week before.
Right.
You know, and then you could go. So that's how I process Torn. Okay. And that's how when I use that kind of stuff, for me, it works for me because I'm way ahead.
Yeah.
I'm way ahead. It's
yeah.
like I said, once that song is in your head, when you hear it come on again, you can sing it.
And like through my training, I want to get to the point where I know it so well, I forget it. Mm-hmm. I know it so well that I actually have to find it in the scene because that's what brings out a lot of that authenticity. Yeah. Because if I know it too well and I haven't forgot it, then it comes out sometimes too formulaic. Too robotic. Mm-hmm. But it's to the point where I'm like, I got to think about it in the scene. And next thing you know, they're like, Nathan, that was powerful. I'm like, yeah, I just forgot my line. Shit. But okay.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just, and that's the truth of it. And it's like, and that takes a lot of confidence as an actor to stay in it. Because a lot of us actors in the scene or in an audition, oh, cut. Can I do it again? They're like, yeah, sure, of course. But don't call cut. Stay in it. And I know I've done that in casting where literally I forgot a line. Like good 20, 30 seconds go by. And then boom, it finally comes. And then casting after is like, Nathan, you should teach a class. You just stayed in it. The amount of actors that cut themselves and they just want to come back, no. Because nobody knows I forgot my line. They're just like, what's going on? He's dealing with something.
Yeah, because your eyes can speak for like, I'm still in it.
But your partner knows. You know, the other actor knows. It's like, oh, he's losing it.
No, my nigga, you want me to feed you the line? I can feed you the line. You got to give him that 1 second and 1 second. But yeah, no, I mean, I've had a lot of, I think that, you know, acting has changed my life. It's changed my journey. And I'd like to see, thank you for you guys for coming through and all the success to the both of you. And
thank
keep
you.
killing it.
Thanks for having us.
And like we tell everybody, I mean, you already know, you got keys to Hollywood North Radio. This is Yared's first time. You get a set of keys now, too. You can always come through. Anything you guys need from us, always come through, man. It's just so good to hear that everything's going so well for you guys, man. And things are actually popping, man, because I especially coming from people I like.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I wish everybody well, but when it's people that I like, it makes me go, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dope.
Me too.
That's what's
dope.
Me too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm so happy. You know, and outside of that, you guys are my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I like to see that, but I'm really, really, genuinely happy for you guys to get out there, kill that shit, because I know how hard it is to be in a position where, hey, you ain't working.
Yeah.
I know how hard it is.
That's the majority of our career.
Yeah.
Right.
And for you to be working on 3 things, for you guys to have collaborated and be doing something to win awards, and the collaborative effort for even to get to that place. I'm telling you, I've met 150 people who talk about it, and there's maybe about 15 that do it.
Do it. Yeah.
And thank you guys for being the part of that 15. And to watch it, it's so dope because I'm like, I was going to be watching Batwoman. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was about for a date. But you know, so that's.
Have you seen our video?
You have to see the video.
Did you send it to?
I don't know if I sent it to you, but we'll give them. I mean, you know, honestly.
Please send it. I'll post it if you guys want. We'll post it.
Yeah, please post it, man.
I don't even mind nominating, but winning is beyond. You know what I mean?
100%.
It means a lot.
It means a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot. So I'm really proud of that. I'm honestly proud of it.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be in that category
it's
of
really, really great.
an award-winning filmmakers. Two.
Twice.
The first one was the Global International Music Festival, and the second one was at the California Music Festival and Music Video and Film Festival. And then now we just got selected into the Black Charlotte Film Festival.
Wow.
So
that's a sign that him and I are gonna do some more things.
100%.
We are gonna be doing a short version of that, the short film version of it. Right, Nathan is writing it right now. So,
Yeah. So we want to kind of tie a short film to the music video and kind of create a story around it. And so when everybody ever has a chance out there, catch Denied. You can just YouTube that, Denied Nathan Witte, and it's on YouTube for you to view. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think.
Witte spelled W-I-T-T-E.
That's correct. Thank you. And it's so it's a video about kind of what we see in front of us here, man. About how society denies another portion of society based on, classism and social status. And then the other part of it is about how I like to deny a part of the world so that I can focus, and that it's okay to deny part of the world so that we can focus on ourselves, so that we can achieve great things. And then also there's another aspect in one of my verses where it's literally not only class but also race, how the world denies races of people from succeeding in this world just because of that. So I wanted to shed light on that.
Yeah.
So it's an intense video.
It's very intense, very real and organic. And it's just, you got to watch it. Check it out.
What people don't realize, we shot this just actually in like Blood Alley here. And as we were shooting it, at the beginning, there's an ambulance in it. And we didn't pay for this ambulance. And as we're shooting down the alley, 2 people are ODing in the video while we're shooting a video about people ODing. It was like...
It's just...
the universe came together, and not that that's what we were looking for. It was it just literally the camera's shooting, and then these 2 guys fall through the dumpsters. One guy's ODing, and we're like, oh crap. Next thing you know, another guy's ODing. 2 of them, we called the ambulance.
We have to stop the production. We have to call the ambulance just because we respect humans' lives. That's the reason. We stop the video, we call ambulance to make sure these guys are, And
they saved their lives in that moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then we made sure to get some shots in there too.
Well, you had to, bro.
We're still filmmakers, you know.
Hey, we had some shots. So I mean, a little bit of that. You know, we had that. But
yeah, just move the needle over to the left.
So when people see the video,
the ambulance part, the first part of the movie, the video, it's actually a real ambulance, but it happened to be an hour frame, and that ambulance we called 911 to save these guys.
To save them.
But we have it on our shot too. Let's shoot it now. So anyways, but yeah, it was sad. But it's real. The video that we shot is really real, and you just gotta check it out. It's really good. Very good video. Yeah. That's why it's winning, anyways.
I'm still trying to get down your pronunciation of your last name again. Gebrekidan. Gerber. Yeah, I'm the fucking worst.
I know this guy's sending me messages last night.
Send
Me your voice last name, dude.
Voice to your last name. Because I'm like, what the? I'm like, no, that's not it. Because I remember he told me, and I was like, yo, nah, it was a total different pronunciation. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna try this.
And it's Gebrekidan.
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 You got it. It's pretty straightforward. If you read it, just like that. Gebrekidan.
Nah, this is a whole shtick for the show. I fuck up everything. Everybody's like,
well, you're an actor.
I'm not getting out of this. I'm not getting out of character.
Sleepy, you're an actor. You're supposed to memorize that.
It's like, yeah.
You know, you got this. You got this.
You
got this.
Gerber who? Gebrekidan? No. Gebrekidan?
Gebrekidan.
Gebrekidan. Yeah. You know I'm fucking with you right now. Right?
Yeah, I do.
He's
that's what I'm trying to be too thug.
Oh, you could say GK. I told him you can just call me GK. That's it. Gebrekidan. GK. Yeah. Yared GK. That's it. That's a short version of it.
Yo, that sounds gangster.
Well, I'm not trying to be gangster.
I'm Yared GK.
No, we don't play that. GK is just the short version of it.
But I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, GK.
GK.
Like that sounds like a clothing line to me. Like, yo, I'm just sporting my Yared GK sweater.
I got my Gebrekidan on, son.
There you go.
I got that GK, bro. You got that Gebrekidan on.
There you go.
Yeah. Once again, thank you guys for coming through to Hollywood North Radio. Yared Gebrekidan and Nathan Witte in the building. Thank you guys once again for coming through. Like I said before, guys, keys, doors open. Anything y'all need from us, we got you. And if for those of you who would like to find out what these guys are doing on social media, you can find Yared Gebrekidan on Instagram at Yared YARED GK.
You got it.
And you can find Nathan Witte on Steel Afro.
Yeah,
Steel Afro.
Yeah,
there we
on
go.
IG, you can find out all the information. And you got my boy Dexter Bell. He's in the building. We did Torn together. He's just popping through. He's got some work to do on set this week. So a brother came through to say what up to his boy Big Sleeps. But you can find Dexter at DEX_Bell on IG. You find out what he does in the stunt world and all that good stuff. Dex, have you ever been on the show before? You're a real dick, bro. Like, no, I'm joking. I was just playing. Every time he comes through, the time it didn't work out, which is kind of weird because I wish it would have worked out even more for today. But he came through. But yeah, we'll catch y'all next week. Okay. Hollywood North Radio, where the celebrities come to play. I am your host, Big Sleeps, and on behalf of the team, DJ Quiet Storm, DJ Kaylani Rose, Brit. We also got John Rozier, AB23, and Nene. She's in the building with me. We'd like to thank all of our guests for coming through today. Thank you very much, and we'll catch y'all next week right here on Save On Radio, Hollywood North Radio, where the celebrities come for play.
Thank you. Yes. Hollywood North Radio.
He was also asked, Patterson was, about being part Finnish, because that's a surprise to some folks.
We're breaking into
my grandpa
Trust the Process right here on Save On Radio.
Hollywood North Radio!